Hey everybody, something a bit different this time. As you can see here, we've got a 4mm scale Oxford Diecast Robin Reliant van. These are awful vehicles in real life, plastic pigs, but it makes rather a nice little model. Now the reason we're looking at this is to be converted for a project for a friend, Dave, who's got a lovely layout called Tinsley Traction Maintenance Depot, which for those of you who knew it was a large depot in South Yorkshire, which had a lot of 47s allocated there, a number of 56s, a lot of peaks travel through, and obviously saw EM2s from the Woodhead line. So a wonderful layout with lots of variation in stock and traction. Now the reason we're having this awful thing for the layout is that in some of his photos we were looking at last week, we noticed in the car park someone had one of these in green. I believe it was actually Charlie used to work there. So if Charlie's watching this, hello Charlie. So the plan for this vehicle is we're going to strip it back and repaint it to be accurate for the model. Now as you can see at the moment it's in bright red. It used to be a post office vehicle. I've already taken some T-cut to it and taken away all the post office branding from the sides here. In fact there's a little bit of T-cut hiding in the hinges there. I'll have to clean that out in a minute. So we're going to rub it back, spray it up and convert it into a small green shabby little Robin Reliant van. Paint we're using for this one, actually we're using a high coat primer, and then we'll use a high coat Ford Meadow Green, just as it's a colour I've got on the shelf at the moment. I don't think it'll be too dissimilar to the actual colour of the vehicle, which would have been there in real life once it's been weathered and painted and mucked about with, with the powders and sprays. So let's get this apart and see how it goes. Here we go. Right, so that's it in pieces. As you can see, this interior panel has steering wheel and some detail fitted there, and the dashboard, and obviously most of the seats are there. The backs seem to be missing. Nice bit of detail on the arches in the rear, and you can actually see gear stick, radio and some dials in there. Seems a shame really that all that effort has been taken to make this model when you can't see that at all and it's all inside, but there we go. So we'll give that a bit of a paint up in there, try and find the correct colours, what the seats would have been, dashboard, that sort of thing, make it look right. Glazing's a bit chunky, but it will do for what we're doing here. One body shell. Obviously it's just a case of getting the majority of this paint off and then make sure we repaint filler cap, handles, on the doors, make sure we can preserve the detail here without removing or damaging the casting. The windows look a little bit chunky in the doors, these quarter panels, but I think we'll get away with it for this model. And obviously once the rubber seal's painting in properly, because you shouldn't have this red band along here. So we'll get rid of that as well when we get to the end of this one. Chassis itself, nice and simple. In fact, I don't do anything much to that. Registration plate is actually fitted there, so we'll be able to save that without do too much hassle. So let's get on now. We're getting the paint off this and see how we go. So, onwards and upwards. Okay, so that's just keyed back most of the paint, and actually you can see this on the camera, but it's got a wonderful patina to it. It looks like a really old tatty van as it sits at the moment. So what we'll do now, I've got some of the thick stuff off. I'm going to use a bit of this, or model strip, and we're going to layer this all over the body and let it do its work, and hopefully when it's finished all the paint will just peel away, flake off lovely, and we'll have a nice bare body shell to spray up and get on with. So here we go. There we go, that's now mostly covered in the model strip, so I'm just going to put the lid back on the jar. What we'll do now is put this into a plastic container, and this one here, just trying to get it by touching it. If you use this at home you should really actually wear gloves, but do as I say, not as I do, as the old adage goes. I'm going to put the lid onto that there, and give that time now to do its thing, and once the strip has removed or softened all the paint up from the body, we'll come back to it, wash it all off, and hopefully have a nice clean body shell to start painting. So here we go. Okay, I've skipped forward a bit as it's a bit boring watching somebody remove paint from a body shell. So the paint came off, we hit it all with grey primer inside and out. The interior was fully painted grey, so I had a little look at it and decided to myself I'm not going to put the backs of the seats on because you can't really see into them anyway. Nice detail on the dashboard, but you can't see it, so a few bits were picked out with black paint, like the glove box area, that sort of thing, and it's been fully repainted and reassembled. So without further ado, here is Charlie's van. So a very slight weathering, nothing too heavy, just a bit of dirt and muck around the bumpers and the underside. And there it is, one Robin Reliant. I've decided to leave the front plate blank as I don't know what his actual plate was. There's quite a bit there for you lot. And picked out the indicator with some paint and just the basic details, just like that. Where the paint on that handle is a little bit heavy, but we'll clean some of that off in a bit. And there's the back lights all painted in with the chrome surrounds. The original plate still on the vehicle there, that can be changed if need be in the future. But there you have it, one three-wheel van repainted from red into green. So I hope you've enjoyed this little video, nothing too exciting, but there you have it, and see you next time. Thanks, bye for now.